Hi, boys and girls, it's Miss Decker. We are going to read another challenging sight word book today because you have a very challenging sight word you are working on. It is this word right here, P-O-play. P-O-play. That doesn't sound right at all, does it? Nope, this is one of those tricky rule breaker words. People. P-E-O-P-L-E. And this book is called Places People Live. And I thought this was kind of a cool book for us to read because it has a lot of really interesting places where people can live. And you're going to notice that these places are not like the places where we live. They're very, very different. So follow along with me as I read. And just like always, if you want to go back and read it yourself and point to the words as you read without hearing my voice, you can play this video and just turn your sound off and pause it if you need to, because some of these words are a little bit tricky. This book also has a really tricky sight word that we've already learned, but I know some of us have struggled with it. It's they, T-H-E-Y, they. So we'll focus on the word people in this book, but we're also going to look for that word they, just to get a little bit of extra practice in, okay? So let's start with the title again, Places People Live, written by Ned Jensen. Places people live. Looks like this person lives on a houseboat out on a lake. Can be pushed around. That looks interesting. People live in many different places. They live where it is cold. They live where it is hot. This place definitely looks cold. He looks like his house is buried in the snow. Let's stop for a second and look at all these great sight words. Here's people, P-E-O-P-L-E, people. Many, there's our word many. They, and here's another tricky sight word. I completely forgot it was in here. Where, tells a place, where. Let's read this one more time. I bet we'll see these words on each page. People live in many different places. They live where it is cold. They live where it is hot. They live where it is dry. They live where it is wet. Let's use our eagle eye. Let's look at this picture. Does this place look dry or wet? I'm definitely thinking dry because of all the brown dirt I see on the ground. There's not a lot of greenery back there. There's another tricky sight word. Some people like to live high up. A few people live very high up. Look at that space station. I don't know if I'd like to live on that or not. Some people live down low. Some people even live below the ground. People live in many different kinds of houses. They live in houses made of stone. They live in houses made of grass. They live in houses made of sticks. They live in houses made of glass. People even live in houses made of ice. Some people live high above the ground. Some people live deep below the water. Looks like that they live in a submarine. That'd be interesting. Some people live in the ground. Some people build homes in caves or on cliffs. That looks cool. Looks like something out of Star Wars. Some people live in houses that move. Some houses are on wheels. Some float on the water. There's another sight word, water. Houses can be strange. They can have strange shapes. They can be made of strange things. No matter what it is, a house is a home. And that is the end. I hope you enjoyed that story. It's kind of fun to imagine that we might live in one of those different houses and what our life would be like if we did. Be sure to go back through, turn the sound off, and practice pointing to each word and try reading this book yourself. Or just go back through and try to find some of those sight words that we found. We found people, and we found many, and they, and some, and where. There were a lot of great sight words in there to practice. So keep practicing, boys and girls.